All right, guys, you know the deal. We are going to be taking notes today. If at any point I go too fast, you can obviously pause it. But we're starting a new unit, and we're going to be talking about how organisms interact with each other. So let's go back and very quickly define habitat. Habitat is just the location where the species lives, and I like to think about the habitat as its address, its home place. Okay, so definitely underline habitat as a vocab word that you need to know, and it is the organism's address. Now, the other word that we want to define is niche, which is a little bit more complicated. Niche is the role that the organism plays within the ecosystem. So that might include its home, its resources, all the different interactions. And we use niche as a term for people to say like they have found their niche. They're doing something really unique and really special to them, right? Think about like hipsters making artisanal pickles in Brooklyn. I don't know. But a niche is like a role that you are best suited for. So if niche is your role, habitat is your address. And I drew a little hipster making pickles, but I don't think you can actually tell that that's what that is. But niche is the very special and unique role that you have. All right, so we're going to make this chart. You are going to make this chart in your notebook, and you'll probably have to pause it after I complete it here. But there's going to be 5 lines, and we're going to be defining an interaction between 2 organisms, okay? And these interactions are really hyper-specific. Like, at this moment in time, this organism is going to be interacting organism 1 and organism 2, and then what is it? So the first one we're going to do is predation, all right? And we think about predation as being positive for one and bad for the other, okay? So we're going to put a plus in organism 1 and a minus in organism 2 because it benefits the predator and it's also pretty bad for the prey, right? So predation is when one species, the predator, feeds on the other, the prey. And it usually almost always results in death. Okay, we should have a really good sense of what predation actually is, and we're going to define and kind of look at some of the adaptations that go along with predation, but it should be a really obvious thing, right? Organisms have to consume others for food, and predators are the one doing the consuming, and it results in death. So I drew the Grim Reaper. So pause it here if you want to draw the Grim Reaper. Okay. So here's this idea that there are adaptations that are driven by the predator-prey relationships. So sorry that kind of got cut off there. But there are evolutionary adaptations driven by predator-prey relationships. So for every predator adaptation, speed, there's an equal and opposite prey adaptation of speed or camouflage or something. The way that they interact for all of time, for all of millennia, have driven change within each of them. All right, so let's just talk a little bit about predator adaptations. These should feel really familiar to you. The predators have physical adaptations, and then there's behavioral, okay? So predators have incredible speed. They have incredible stealth and vision and various body adaptations like claws and teeth, heightened senses, right? Snakes can feel the ground beneath them, all right? Any physical adaptations that you can think of for predators, go ahead and list here. I'm going to list out a few, but there are so many. This is just a very small little sampling, okay? So I'm just going to put speed, vision. There's 2 different kinds of vision. There's depth perception, which is parallax vision, and there's binocular, which allows you to see a wide range of things, right? Think of birds of prey are going to have great binocular vision. My hand's in the way, sorry. Parallax vision is, if you think about a cheetah, going to leap forward and know exactly the right moment to pounce. Their eyes are in the front. They've got great depth perception. They can pounce on their prey. Stealth, muscle, structure, any of those kinds of body modifications that necessitate an ability to catch prey. All right. Teeth and claws, right? Those are for killing. So tearing flesh, I'm gonna add here, add some blood drips. I don't know, tearing flesh. Okay. This is all to aid in the predator capturing its meal so that it can survive. Okay. Heightened senses, I have as another. That could be hearing, that could be touch, that could be smell, right? Some predators can smell miles and miles away. There are all kinds of things like, you hear things like, oh, a shark can smell a single drop of blood and within however many gallons in the ocean. And some of them are exaggerated and we don't actually know how the organisms are perceiving it. But okay, behavioral. I could talk about this for literally 3 weeks. I'm not going to. I find it so incredibly interesting, but hunting is an adaptation of predators. Styles of hunting. There's sit and wait predators. My favorite is the mata mata turtle. This guy, oh my god, he's so cute. But he sits and waits. Another is cooperative, right? Dolphins make bait balls, or wolves have cooperative altruistic hunting around their prey. Komodo dragons stalk their prey. Really incredible styles of hunting. And we will go through those in person because I want to talk to you about them in person. And I also attach some videos to the posting so you can go through those. But write them down so that we at least have them, and then we can go back, we can circle back to them and talk about them. Okay, I have some good stories about mata matas. All right, for prey adaptations, this is something I said already, but for every adaptation of a predator, there is an equal and opposite. Those two blocks are supposed to be equal sign. Sorry, that's not clear. Equal and opposite adaptation for the prey for protection, right? So if predators have their eyes in the front of their face, prey often have the eyes on the side of their head so they can see 360 degrees around them. They have, an easier time seeing something approaching them. They have incredible speed. Oftentimes, prey have camouflage, and camouflage can come in many different iterations. There can be warning colors. There can be mimicry to look like something else, right? Like they could have wings that look like eyes, or they could even look like something that is scarier or another predator, but they're actually prey. I just added in here camouflage for predators because obviously predators can also have camouflage. So this is another good example of equal and opposite adaptations. And I wanted to add venom for predator adaptations. We'll come back to that too. Okay. So let me go back to, okay, there we go. I drew a snake. If you want to draw a snake, you can draw a snake. Okay. Sorry, the video cuts around a little bit. Warning colors, mimicry, and prey have attack, right? They could have claws and very sharp teeth, even though they're prey and they're not using it to kill, but they are doing it for defense, okay? And also many prey have body armor, and think turtles and armadillos, okay? Chemical toxins. Poison dart frogs are a great example of having chemical toxins, or toxic mushrooms. Any of those are prey adaptations. They don't want to be eaten, so they have over time evolved the ability to make predators sick, and there is my favorite guy. Okay, so went through that really fast. I wanted to keep the video really short, and I do also just kind of want to talk to you about these things in person. So I can't stop looking at his face. He's so funny. So you're probably going to have to go back through and look at the notes, pause in different places. I'll also upload a PDF of the actual notes so that if you just want to write down what's there, and then we'll circle back and talk about it. I really want to talk about mostly the behavioral hunting stuff. So get those in your notes, explore some of the videos that I've posted, And then we will come back together next class and we'll talk about some other ecological interactions. And we'll go from there. All right, homework tonight page it's posted. I don't remember, 203 to 209. And answer those questions. Okay, so you should have plenty to do today. There's even some Wildcrafts episodes if you want to explore those. All right, bye guys.